Hi, I'm Kaylee with Buckeye Cleaning. Fall and the holidays are right around the corner, and I wanted to let you know about the fantastic promo we have going on. Book with us now and receive $50 off of a deep clean or $25 off of your regular clean.
It is September, and we have two new sponsors of the month. That's right, Myers Family Insurance, handling all of your Medicare, life, and retirement needs. And also, we're messy, and Lord knows we need cleaning lady. Buckeye Managing LLC. That's right, they clean all of your houses, your businesses. Just totally awesome company. That's Tammy Russell at 330-502-7504. And then, of course, as always, Mayor Tim, Valley Insurance, handling all of your home, car, auto, all that fun stuff. So again, Mayor Tim, Myers Family Insurance, and Buckeye Managing LLC. Make sure to give them a call. They are the MLO Bros sponsors of the month for September.
We are live. Hello, Hannah. Here you go. Talk. You gotta get there.
Hello.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, it's all right. Hi, Isaac.
Hi, everyone.
I'm tired.
Me too.
I'm super tired.
Super hot in our studio.
It is set to 85. So, all right. Well, welcome everyone. Today we have Hannah from the D.O.P.E brand. We're going to talk about the name. I want to talk about the
D.O.P.E
name.
Cider House.
D.O.P.E Cider. Yeah, but it's the D.O.P.E brand. Is another thing.
Yeah.
See, Isaac.
Okay.
I did my research.
It's kind of both. Yeah.
I did my research.
All right.
So we're going to talk a little about cider. We're going to talk a little about booze. We're going to talk about Youngstown. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff tonight. Thank you for joining us. Please like and follow this. Turn my Marilyn Manson music off. And yeah. So where are you from?
I am from Youngstown, Ohio.
We're
South side.
You're South Side?
South side.
So you went to, what is that? Where'd you go to school?
No, I had open enrollment, so I went from Sheridan Elementary School to Volney to Cheney. I graduated from Cheney.
Cheney.
Yes.
Who's freaking their football team right now?
Yes.
Is off the charts.
Amazing.
They have a huge game against Ursuline this weekend.
Yeah.
Huge game.
Did they beat Canfield the other day?
They did.
Yes.
It was
How-
a really
what was the
close,
score?
like 14-6 or something,
Wow.
or 21-14.
Yeah, those are
It
both
was-
Yeah,
really
they
good
came
games.
back from.
They were losing.
Yeah, they were losing.
Did you
I
go?
think the whole game. No, I was
You're-
at the cidery.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're working on Friday nights
I was
now,
working,
right?
but the people who came in afterwards, I was able to get the update.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
awesome. What the heck? What year did you? I did not, Stephanie. I did not go to Lowville. Sorry, this is totally unrelated to the podcast. We get comments too, so who knows where these go. I actually went to South Range and graduated in '97, so I'm old. Your picks cracked me up. Thank you.
Might be a bot.
Who?
Your picks crack me up.
No, that's from Sarah. She used to work at Nationwide.
Oh, nice.
And Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about. So you went to Cheney.
Yep.
What after?
From Cheney to Kent State. I graduated from Kent
You
State.
graduated. What was your degree?
Sports management.
How's that
Okay.
going?
Sorry.
Hey, I was a public relations marketing major, and I'm in financing, so don't worry about it.
So it's everything. Yeah.
So if somebody comes in and
happened.
blows out a hammy, you can work on them. If like in the cider house.
Well, it was more of my dream was like I was on like that. What was that movie with Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
I wanted to be a sports agent.
Oh, is that where it was?
That would be sweet.
That was my goal, and then as soon as I graduated, my plans was originally I was going to Toledo.
Yeah.
For business, and then I happened to last minute look and saw that Kent State had sports management as a new degree,
Yeah.
and I switched last minute.
Yeah.
I probably should have went to Toledo for
Really?
business.
That's
It's cool.
So then, how'd you come in onto this?
wait. Let's keep going. Let's build.
All right, go ahead.
We're not
All
jumping. How old? I don't want to ask how old you are. But
I'm 40. I just
yeah,
turned 40
so
in May.
you
Same
just jumped the
age.
freaking thing. You're
I
like,
don't want to ask a lady how
That's
old she is.
fine.
I'll
I'm
ask
okay.
her. I don't care. We're good. She's on our podcast. We can ask her.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm okay.
So you graduated from college. Then what?
Yeah. Then I just worked. That's pretty much it.
What'd you do?
I just
See, I love asking people questions because I like
it was like
I like the whole story. I like
Yeah.
to see how you ended up where you
Mhm.
are compared to where you were. So you graduated. Where'd you work?
yeah. I worked multiple jobs, but my main job was I worked at Chase Bank as just a teller, and then my second job
Banking.
was I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, Streetsboro,
Okay.
as a
Yeah.
bartender server. So I did
see?
that. I
See?
did that
Okay.
for a while.
Uh-huh.
Then I moved back to Youngstown. I was still up there in the Kent
Mhm.
Stowe area. Moved back to Youngstown for a little bit, then just up and decided I'm gonna move to Florida.
Uh-huh.
So like I moved in Florida right before like the economy went down in
Yeah.
08.
Yep.
So I've just made it like by a month. Like I moved in like March of 08.
Okay.
So I was in Orlando, Florida for about 6 years
Doing
before
what?
I moved back. Working in finance still at a bank, and then I worked at
Are
a
we
bank.
doing what kind of finance?
It was more like banking. Like it was like it was not Chase, but I forgot the name of the bank before
Yeah.
Chase bought them. So I kind of like was there working
Okay.
in that. Then I worked,
Like as a teller, or what were you doing?
it was like a teller.
Okay.
Then I stopped there, and then I was working for Amscott Financial. Probably like one of the I hated it. It was like cash advance place.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did that for a little bit. Brutal.
It was brutal. It
Yeah.
just like it just felt like just wrong.
Yeah.
Like morally
Yep.
for some reason. And then so I did that. And then I went and I worked for DeVry University in admissions for some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Holy
then,
cow. So
yeah.
you see, you got a whole.
You're
Never
moving
in
around.
sports. I never got to sports.
What's your
Like,
sport?
I still never.
Did you play
never
sports?
Got there. Yeah, I played. Track. I did track at Kent. I
Uh-huh.
threw. I was on
Wait,
a thrower.
Nice.
In
And-
Kent.
In Kent.
So
Yeah.
she's like
That's
legit.
impressive.
That's D1.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't think we were D1 when I went.
Dude, Kent's
Yeah.
definitely D1, right?
Were we D1?
don't
Because
think
we were
so.
no, we were in a MAC conference when I.
Dude, Max
went-
D1.
Is it T1?
It's got to be.
I don't think we were D1 when I was.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay, hold on. Does anybody know
I
what?
could be wrong.
Somebody Google that for us. I can't do it when I'm on the phone. Somebody Google Kent State, what they're in. I swear they're D1. They're not D2.
Well, no, they were D1 then.
Yeah,
we
they-
weren't D2 or D3.
Yeah, they
so,
got to
yeah.
be D1.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So
All
I
right.
did that.
So what is the dope brand? Because
Mhm.
I immediately associate with marijuana. Immediately associated with marijuana. That's just where my head goes. And
yeah.
we're putting that on.
So
What is the dope brand?
Well, the dope brand, it kind of started like when I moved back from Orlando.
Okay.
I'm in my 30s, early 30s when I moved back. And so I was just thinking like I wanted to do something different, like kind of bring like a big city feel to Youngstown.
Mhm.
Never really like a club person and
Yeah.
things like that. So I kind of started it as like just something to do for like the 30 and up crowd.
Okay.
To do something. So I kind of started with doing like open mic nights, like
Where?
poetry downtown.
Okay.
Mainly I did a couple things at the what was it, the Liquid Blue
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember.
downtown.
Yeah.
So it was like it kind of started as that, and then I was just making wine just as a hobby. Wine was just like my hobby to get through my boredom when I moved back.
Yeah.
And I was just making it, and then it kind of went from like kind of like selfish reasons because I was like, hey, I can buy 5 gallons of wine juice,
Yeah.
turn it into wine in about 3 to 6 months, and then I have like almost 30 bottles of wine. And I was just like,
You
so
get
I'm like,
so drunk.
yeah,
Save all
and
kinds of
yeah,
money.
I was like, I'm saving money.
Right.
I have more wine, and then it's like better than the store bought.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I started off with like started off 10 gallons of wine. Then it quickly that went away fast. So then I went double. I went to 20, and then at one point it was like I had at least like 70 gallons of wine going like in my basement.
And you were giving them away, or what
And it was just more like I was giving them away.
Just
They were
drinking 'em all.
gifts. I
drinking
was
one,
drinking
give
them.
one away, drink one.
Or it was like you're like that. I say like the cool kid to the party. Like everybody, you bring something, you bring a bottle.
Bring a bottle
but
of
like
wine.
no, here's Hannah bringing a bottle of wine, but I made it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like was like the big talk like after that. Like, yo, not only did you bring homemade wine, you made it yourself.
Yeah.
And that was rare. So it was always like kind of like a topic of conversation.
The question
And then-
is at the party, is it good or not? Because everybody likes the person who brings the good wine,
Mhm.
but you bring wine you made and it's bad, and then
Yeah.
everybody has to try it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Hannah's
Yeah, it's
real
really good. Hannah.
I say it was good because I see where I'm at now. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah, it's true.
being-
There you go. Well
being
played.
it's like more of the confidence from again, like this was not like, hey, this is what I wanted to start. I didn't truly think about it till about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, and
But-
it was just like this encouragement from family and friends.
How do you start making wine? Like Like, were you just like sitting there on your phone one day? You're like, I wonder how they
Well,
make
what kind of
wine.
wine was it too?
Well,
White
it
or
was
red?
well. I started because like my stepmother, her cousins have been making wine for like 30,
Okay.
40 plus
Okay,
years.
right. So,
So, like,
yeah,
yeah.
so you've seen
So
it.
yeah, I've
Oh,
seen it.
okay,
And
that
so
makes sense.
no, I actually had never really seen the process. And when I moved home again, I was bored, somewhat depressed. I would say I was depressed. And
What
and I
year was
just like,
that? When
it
did you
was,
move home?
two, I don't 2012, 2013.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So
30,
it was
yeah, that makes it. You're in your 30s. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're born. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
So I was just like, I was thinking like, oh man, like, like at first usually growing up, you're like, I want to leave, I want to go away.
Yeah.
Then you come back and then
Oh.
you're like, oh man, I messed up. But no, so it went through that and I just asked him, I was like, can you show me how to make wine? I just needed something to
Yeah.
to take my mind off of
Yeah.
like everything. So that's kind of like
That's awesome.
what I got
That was
into.
your way to vent.
Yeah.
The way to release.
Uh-huh.
That makes
Yeah.
good. That's
So
good.
and then like I said, like 5 years later, and again, encouragement from like family, friends.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let's pursue this, but also with the growing industry of breweries.
Mhm.
That's kind of like where I was like when I found out like majority of the brewers were like home brewers.
Yep.
And then they
Mhm.
decided to pursue this on a bigger scale. And I'm like, okay. And then just a little bit more research, I was like, because I was thinking like I have to have millions of dollars.
That's
I was like,
immediately
'cause
what
it
I
was
would
like,
think. Yeah.
I don't have a vineyard. I don't have any of that. I was like,
Left
I
grapes.
barely can probably keep a plant alive. Let alone
Right, like a bunch
keep
of grapes.
like,
Yeah, right.
you
It
know.
was great.
Hannah's
grapes.
Vineyard
So,
does sound fancy though.
Hannah's
does.
Vineyard.
Get somebody else to grow the grapes. But yeah, so then I thought about like, oh, maybe go back to Kent State. Kent State Ashtabula has a wine degree
Yeah.
program there, and you either go into viticulture or I'm probably messing up the name, enology, and that's more of like the winemaking part. And I was like, I'm not paying to go back to school.
Yeah.
I was like done. So it was just like, all right, just keep doing the research. And again, it's like I was thinking like these home brewers, they didn't go to school to brew beer
Yeah.
and things like that. So yeah, so that's kind of how I was. But this process has been like almost like 5 years in the making. And probably about 3 years ago, I got into cider, realizing cider was the same exact process as wine. And
That's apples, right?
yeah, it's
Okay, so
apples.
this is. I just
So and again, I didn't need to own an orchard. I didn't have to have.
Did you just go to the
acres.
like Giant Eagle and grab some
apples?
Actually, no. I actually started with 5 gallons of already fresh pressed apple juice.
Okay.
Because even like me thinking, I was like, I don't want to press apples. I don't want to like. It was like I'm trying to be like the easiest.
So the question
things
is,
possible.
you don't put all the grapes for your wine in that big barrel, like step on them in your basement
no,
or
no,
anything.
no.
Like, yeah, with your
Absolutely
feet.
not. I get it. Already crushed.
Yeah,
Already.
it's already to go.
Already ready to go and just like take home package.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So but I like you asked earlier, like what great. I started off with a 1 white, 1 red.
One right. Okay.
I got my juice and I still get my wine juice from Luvabella.
Okay.
They press all the grapes and everything.
What is somebody asked? Sarah asked, "What is wine juice?"
Wine juice is just it's actually just grape juice. I say wine juice, but it's just grape juice.
There you go.
It's just fresh pressed grapes juice. I just say wine because I already know.
Before it's like that, right?
Yeah, before it's fermented.
Yeah.
So it's super sweet. It is like ridiculously sweet, like the grapes. And but usually when you get it fresh, you can still hear it bubbling like and everything. But yeah.
Is it like strained? So is it, or does it have like
I get mine all strained. Yeah, because you can get some with like the pills still
See,
in it
yeah.
and stuff like that. Because some people like to start their fermentation with that all on there.
yeah.
I want it nice and
I like
nice
her.
and clean.
She's like
Yeah.
smooth. It's all done.
I-
So do you have like, and don't tell us, do you have
Uh-huh.
like secret? So you make wine and you make the cider.
Uh-huh.
Do you have like a secret recipe then?
No,
Is it like top
no,
secret?
It's no top secret. It's literally. I feel like I tell people making wine and cider are like probably 2 of the easiest things that you can do. Is with wine you just have to have patience because it takes longer. With cider,
so impatient.
it's just it's a little faster. It's just almost it's as quick as beer, pretty
Yeah.
much.
How long
so-
is cider?
Cider it can be done in 2.5, 3 weeks.
That's still
You'll
too long.
have too long.
Isaac, I need like instant.
Yeah, you need like 4 hours.
I'm better off just to go to the store and buy a bottle of wine.
Yeah, or you can get like the concentrate kits, and you can have at least
I'm just-
wine or cider. And like
Hannah, I'm just gonna drive down there on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Just come buy something off and
Yeah.
just buy something off of you. I'm not.
That's what I was like. I learned the patience from like the wine. That's why I
Yeah.
when I started off with 10 gallons, that was the wrong idea.
So my wife's family makes wine, and they say there's a lot to do with the temperature. Is that true? Like they make it in their basement, and they're worried. Like they bottle it and everything themselves, and it's good. It's very good, but they're worried about if they were to upgrade and go bigger. The temperature of the basement and humidity and all that stuff throws off and changes the flavor of the wine. Do you see that same thing?
It's pretty much like, I think with the equipment that they have now, you can control it better because it's harder to control the temperature, like in your home, in your house.
Yeah, they're using big vats.
And I noticed that too, going from like, I used to do it in my apartment, then I moved into a house and I was able to do the basement. And so you want like a room temperature, semi-cool, like when you're first starting a fermentation, and it all depends on what yeast you use. Like with that's what determines like the temperature. Some of the yeast that is you need to have it at least between like 55, 65 degrees, but then you don't want to go past like 75. Or so it depends on like the yeast and the yeast strain that you use, that where you keep the temperature. But again, like still like keeping it in a basement, it won't get too hot. And it won't get too cold. Usually a basement can keep like a good temperature that you can manipulate. So you can put heaters in your basement to warm it up
if you have to.
Things like that. So, but with the equipment and the things now, you basically control everything with pretty much science.
Awesome. So, I was gonna say this is super sciencey. When you start talking about like
temperature, pressure,
that's crazy.
And then, like I said, with the tanks and stuff like they have now for it, especially I use stainless steel. Like I've never used like oak barrels or anything like that. So that's like that's a different ball game. But
so they provided you with all that stuff at the facility you're at now, or no?
No, I bought everything.
Okay. We had to get it. So when did you start selling?
I've only been open a month.
So, but you didn't sell before that?
No.
Holy crap! No. I thought you were like bootlegging out of your basement, or you couldn't, right?
I wish I could have been a bootlegger.
No, you have those containers at your place currently, right?
Yes.
Like you can see it.
You
cool.
can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
why have we not been down there yet?
I know.
Seriously,
we have a cool spot down there in the East End. But I have like 4 2-barrel fermenters. So each fermenter holds about 65 gallons each. So
sweet.
So
did you know we ghost hunted in your building before you started?
And I think the ghost is in my space.
It is. Yeah.
That's one of the things is we had your space had issues.
Yeah.
And the freezer or was a cooler.
Yeah.
Where we were hearing sounds and voices. I mean, did they hear the thing?
They showed me the little thing.
Yeah. Did you hear the voices?
Yes. And I was just like, see, this is my space.
Yeah.
That this is in. And I was like, you know what? And then you guys come back, it looks way different.
Yeah.
When you guys
I bet it's beautiful.
Did that.
I bet it's beautiful.
We had a voice in the freezer, and Penguin City, both of them were just like, what in the world was that? And we're like, you tell me.
But that wisp type thing, that the orb thing that
I think it was dust.
That was cool. That was really cool.
But what was weird about it looked like dust, but then went down and then up and
swooshed.
It was weird.
Yeah,
it was
weird. And I was like,
So we go ghost hunting too, Sarah. You've never seen us ghost hunt? We're actually going ghost hunting Saturday night at the Poland Township Fire Department.
Okay.
And then at the oldest building in Poland, what's it called? The Stone Tavern, built in like 1800. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's good. This is what we do. This is what we do on Saturday nights. Yeah, we
go ghost hunting.
Yeah, we go. This is why we can't go down to visit. Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge you faced in the last month as a business owner that you didn't think you would encounter?
I think it's just trying to find a balance now.
Are you working a ton?
I work I have a daytime job.
Yeah.
I work for high school, Youngstown City Schools High School, Youngstown early college.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I am an academic coach there.
Oh, awesome.
So I work there, but it's so close to the cidery. I'm 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
But it's just like that time. I'm working pretty much both places every day.
Yeah.
And just trying to find like a balance right now. But it's been pretty much on the go, and I think hopefully like maybe like the beginning of the year I'll be able to like figure out that balance. So it's
Get
me
into
just
a
trying to
groove.
get
Somebody
trying to
wants
get some
somebody
sleep.
wants to just be working
Yeah.
at the cider house
I
eventually,
would
don't you?
love to. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny because like my principal even said, she was like, "You're gonna leave us, aren't you?" And I just said, I was like, "I'm definitely gonna stick out the full year, but we'll see
Yeah.
where we are at the end of next year." So
Awesome.
yeah.
So why? So you decide. How did you get to that building? Because that building, if you're watching and you have not been to the building that they've redone down there, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It
How
really
did
is.
you decide, or how did you become part of that down
Okay.
there?
And it's actually I didn't decide. You know, they reached out to me, Spatian and Richard.
Yeah.
They reached out to me, which was amazing. We have only known each other like basically through the industry. I was previously the assistant brewer at Modern Methods,
Oh, okay.
so they knew me as a brewer. They knew that. But as soon as they bought the building, Derek McDowell, who's like the owner of,
He was on a couple weeks ago.
We
Yeah.
had him and
Yeah.
Julius on.
okay,
Couple
Yeah,
weeks
we've
ago.
been on a couple times.
he just told Aspatia and Richard, I was like, "Hey, you need to talk to Hannah. You need to talk to Hannah." And I remember Aspatia telling me, like, she's like, they were like, "Why do we need to talk to Hannah?" Like,
Yeah.
they knew me, but they didn't know. So he told them what I've been trying to do, what I've been looking for a space,
Right.
how long I've been working on it. And the crazy thing is, like, they never asked to taste anything. They never
So we're
come
just like,
on in.
come on
anything.
out.
They were like, Especially reached out to me on Facebook, and she's like, "Hey, come to our open house." That's when they were having their first open house. And, you know me, I'm like, "Oh, sweet, it's cool." You know, they're in Youngstown. I'm
Yeah.
from Youngstown. I live in Youngstown. So, you know, it's like I'm happy like something is developing
Yeah.
in the city.
100%.
So we were walking, I'm getting a tour, and then she's like, "Hey, come over here." So we went to the office side, and then we walked up front, and she was like, "Hey, do you see yourself in this space?" And I just looked at her. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Yeah, do you see yourself doing your wine and cider in here?" She was like, I was like, then I was like, "How'd you hear about that?" But then I just answered. I was like, I looked around and I was just like, yes, you know,
Wow.
and
Just like that.
yeah, just like that. And I was just like, they took an opportunity out on me. You know, they could have
Yeah.
did anything with that space that they wanted, but they just heard from one person and they were like, okay, yes. Like I said, they
Mm.
never tried a cider. They never tried my wine. They
Wow.
didn't even ask for anything. They were just like, "Hey, do you see yourself?" And it just worked out. Like, you know, here we are.
Yeah. So do people, again, we haven't been down there because we're so freaking busy with
Uh-huh.
everything. Do people go to come over and like go to both spots then?
Yeah.
Like bar hop, so to
Yeah,
speak?
it's innocent. It's basically that bar hopping, or it's like a lot of people have said, like, "Hey, our wives, they don't drink beer, but you know they like cider." Or a lot of people
Ah.
too, who have celiacs.
Yeah.
Celiac?
Yeah.
A lot of
No
people are
gluten.
like excited about that they're gluten free and they have this
Mhm.
option, but then they can still kick up their friends.
Wait, because
who,
is wine gluten free?
Wine's gluten free. Cider's
and
gluten
cider's
free.
gluten-free.
Really?
But beer has hops and,
Yeah,
and
like,
wheat.
yeah.
So.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather, honestly, I don't want to say this, but I'd rather go drink
Wine.
cider
Yeah.
than beer because I like vodka is what I like. So.
Yeah.
You're not
I
brewing
like
vodka over there yet, are you?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Yeah. Do they serve hard alcohol? They don't serve out.
They serve it next door.
They
Pinnacle
do
City has a full liquor license.
They have a full liquor
Yeah.
license. Now, do you have a liquor license?
No, I just have a wine license.
So you have yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. So you had to get a wine license?
Yeah, I had to get a wine manufacturing license.
How big of a pain was that?
I don't think it's that hard, is
It's
it?
not that hard. The
Mhm.
biggest pain is that you still have to mail stuff into the state. That was the biggest pain.
What do you mean mail
And,
stuff into
like,
the state?
you fill out your application, put everything in there that they asked for.
So we're not doing this
Go
online.
get a check,
Ugh.
put it in the envelope,
Mm.
make sure it's certified mail,
Ugh.
and mail it in.
Ugh.
That was the biggest pain.
So gross.
Because it's like so much. It's not even like tons of information that they want.
yeah.
It's just that the process of doing it when you could just go online and just
Yeah.
everything could just
Yeah.
be uploaded.
They don't do that stuff. in
And
the
then
government.
at that time too, when I filled out the application, they were still working from home. So it was like, I don't know how they got
And everything's
like
delayed.
who went and got the
and-
mail and things like that. So, but I thought the biggest hurdle was going to be with federal. and the federal was actually the quickest.
So they just approved it. Did they
Yeah.
call you or do anything like that?
With
or?
the state?
Yeah.
They actually come. They come and do. They have reps, and they come and look at your facility. You have to have. Pretty much my process was I had to have the space. I had to have the equipment on property. I had to have running water. And make sure you, of course, you had a bathroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a rule. I remember reading you have to have a bathroom.
And it was crazy because like we're trying to get me approved, and I'm like, all right, everything. I just got the plumbing done and everything that I needed. My trench drains were put in, and I was like, told the construction crew or the contractors, I was like, hey, can you bring they were in storage in the back of Penguin City. It's like, can you bring my fermenters over? The lady's coming today at like 10 something in the morning, and to do my final inspection because she had already did a pre-inspection, and they were like, yeah. So they brought it over. So I get there kind of like early, so I could, because they're still in bubble wrap. All the fermenters are facing the wrong direction.
No.
And so I didn't have time. Like I'm taking the bubble wrap off the last fermenter, and I look out the window and she's walking in. She's getting out her car, and I was just like, oh.
So what happened?
I passed because it was there. I was just like,
Oh,
I thought it wasn't like, I thought it was just gonna be like she's gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to wait weeks. But no, she was there like about an hour and a half. And then she walked out and she said, "You're approved."
Nice.
So yeah, so it was not. Yeah, that was the only part. It was just like just having a meal.
Yeah,
that was the process. I'm just like,
we need to go try this out.
Yeah, how many are? Is it like on tap or how does it work?
All my ciders are on tap. They're on draft. I have I have 8 drafts.
Okay.
So right now I actually have 7 ciders on tap right now in Moscato.
What do we got? What are some options?
You come in there and get pineapple colada.
Okay.
You can get strawberry. You can get just a regular pineapple, mango. I just tapped
mango cider.
Yeah, I just tapped pumpkin spice last week. Made a pumpkin spice. But yeah, then I also have a frozen machine. So I did a frozen sangria.
Ooh,
That's a slushy machine.
Now we're talking.
And then I did one frozen cider.
Idea.
So that has been a big hit.
I would drink that.
Yeah,
for sure.
so that's been a huge summer.
And then wines. What wines do you have?
Right now, just Moscato.
Just Moscato.
So the Moscato is ready, and then so hopefully I'm hoping it'll be ready by Thanksgiving, maybe if not Christmas. I got a Concord, which is a local grape. So
awesome.
and it's
and you're
red.
making it all and doing it all.
Once you start making the drier stuff, I want to try some drier
A lot of
wine.
people say that.
Yeah.
Then a lot of people say Ohio's known for sweet wines. I was like, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm definitely at least gonna do one dry.
How does it work with? So you still use apples as the base, but you change the flavor?
Yeah. So apple. My base cider is apple cider fermented. Then I use fruit purees or fruit concentrates to manipulate the flavor.
Because I feel like apple's a pretty strong flavor to try and cover up with like pineapple or strawberry.
It's actually, once it dries out, similar to wine. It's just like it's almost bland. You really don't taste much. It depends on where you, and again, this is where like technology and equipment comes in. Depends on like where you stop your fermentation. You can stop it and it's completely bone dry, just let it completely ferment out all the way. Or you could stop it at a certain point if you want to keep some of the apple flavor and the residual sweetness to it. But then again, that's where you can use your fermenters and to change that for you.
Alter a little bit, little by little. Cool.
But yeah, pretty much like all my cider was dried out completely, and then I added the flavorings to give something different.
Nice.
Let's go through some comments here because people are actually asking some. Okay, Fred, I did not go to Lowville. I went to South Range, so I don't know why everyone's saying I'm from Lowville. Mac Conference.
Yeah.
Let's see here. MLO need to buy the Liquor Blue building.
Liquid Blue.
Is that Liquid?
Wasn't there was a fire in Liquid Blue, right?
Yeah, it was a fire, and I think it's
that was wild.
sale.
It's probably haunted.
Yeah.
We should buy it.
We should.
No, it's actually. I think
Good
you guys
boy.
would love it if you ever went inside. I don't know how much damage it
Where's
is,
that
but
at?
it's like one of the right next to Avalon.
Right next to Avalon. Right next
The pizza
door.
place?
Mhm.
It was
Why
it
not-
was downtown when I did my downtown journey from 2012 to 20.
What was it before
20.
Liquid Blue?
It was.
Nothing.
I always remember it as
I
Liquid
don't
Blue.
remember.
Okay.
It's a beautiful building.
yeah, it's nice.
Or it was. at
Coyote
least.
Barbecue?
I don't know.
You don't know
What's
about the
that?
barbecue? Isn't there a barbecue place going in down there?
Oh, Cockeye Barbecue.
Cockeye, not Coyote.
Yeah,
Cockeye.
Cockeye. I was like, I don't
think,
know what that
Mark,
is.
you got yeah.
Where's that at?
Yeah,
Cockeye,
Cockeye.
it's going downtown.
Yeah, they're going to do a build out inside Penguin City.
Inside Penguin
So
City.
you're gonna
Hell
have-
yeah.
Booze, barbecue, events. It's gonna be like a.
And ice cream. They're bringing their ice cream too.
Where's that gonna
They're inside
That's a Cockeye
the Cockeye
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Everybody,
They have a creamery too.
everybody
be? That
always.
is dope.
That's the restaurant
Yeah.
everybody always tells us to go do our podcast where we try food. Cockeye, that is one of the main ones.
Where's
that
their
people,
one at?
It's the Warren.
Warren. They've been trying to get us to go out there. I'm like, I don't want to try for Warren.
It's worth it.
Is it really?
It's worth
Well,
it.
we just
Yeah.
wait till it comes to Youngstown now.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Let's see here. Can't wait for
That's
barbecue
awesome.
dope cider at Penguin
Yeah.
City. That's amazing. Let's see here. Here's a good question. Hannah, do you have advice for someone just starting out owning their own business, trying to learn to prospect? Wow.
I think starting out is definitely like just do your research, just as to what you want to do.
Yeah. Know your
Uh,
subject.
Yeah, know your subject, and then just see what free resources are out there.
Yeah.
I was able to utilize like the YBI for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Youngstown Business Inc.
Yeah, for their business assistants, they have that program in there. And
So did they help?
They did. They still are too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm trying to get my women business certification for the
Yeah.
state of Ohio. They need everything and like a blood sample and all of that.
Yeah.
to see,
So what
like,
do you get if you do that? Just
you just get certified as a women-owned business, and then there's like they offer like different perks, like if you are looking for loans and
Yeah.
different things like that. Some
grants
other
and
like
stuff.
if there's some out there, and then possibilities of like getting like certain contracts as well, like if
Yeah.
I were to go in that route, but I don't think my business kind of qualifies
Yeah.
as getting like any like government
so
contracts and stuff
grants, loans, research. I
Yeah.
mean, anything else you
Yeah.
can tell anybody?
like that. And pretty much I think that just research and just utilize anything free that you can get, and then don't be scared to ask someone in the industry that you're going into. Just ask them, just reach out. I reached out to so many people like via Instagram.
Yeah.
But again, like the cider market is very like it's not huge here in Ohio.
Yeah, right. No.
We don't have that many full-blown cideries in the state of Ohio. You go to like Michigan, there's
Yeah.
tons in Michigan, like there's tons in like Virginia, these other states, but here in Ohio we don't have that many resources. But my thing was like just don't be afraid to ask.
Did you ask
anybody
people?
questions. Oh, I asked tons of questions.
To
Yeah.
who? To
Like I reached out to mainly just people in the beer industry.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't know anyone
I feel like all the
cider-wise.
breweries and everybody
So,
gets along pretty well. They
yeah.
all like each other and kind of bounce ideas off
Yeah,
each other.
so I was able to do that, and then also asking those places like if they knew anybody.
Right.
But then I also I applied for a scholarship with this organization called Beer Culture, and I was able to get this scholarship. They had teamed up with the Cider Association, and I was able to go to a CiderCon, like a cider convention.
That's sweet.
So in February, I went to Richmond, Virginia. Like they paid for everything, my accommodations,
Really?
everything,
Wow.
my flight. And I was
you
able
serious?
to, I was able to spend like 3 days down there amongst like people who've been
That's
doing
really cool.
ciders and
That
yeah.
had to be like amazing. For
Yeah.
you, right. That had to be like a dream come true.
It was.
It's like,
It was like a whole, like if you ever been to like beer fest or like
Yeah.
beer conferences or anything like that, it was pretty much that, but just all
Wait.
cider,
Yeah.
and it was just amazing. And then again, that's where I met more people, more contacts, and just being able to network. And so that was like the cool part.
So Sarah, I think networking's another one too. Then, right? I
Yeah,
mean, that would be another
It's
huge.
huge.
thing.
Yeah, networking is huge.
We when we started this podcast 2.5 years ago, we were kind of on our own at first.
Yeah.
And then we met Joe Danier, who's Youngstown Studio.
Okay.
He's downtown
Yes.
there too,
Yes.
and he's never paid. He was never charged. We're very good friends with him now.
Yeah,
I mean, we're
yeah,
great friends
good
with
buddies.
him. Good,
Yeah.
and I mean, he goes hunting with us.
Yeah.
And he helped. I have a problem. I call. He tells me what to do.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't listen because I'm stubborn, and then I'll go listen to him after I do it anyways. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he should have listened to Joe because So, but that's so. Anybody watching, you want to start a bit. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I think is people are willing to help. You just have to be willing to ask.
You just got to ask and
Yeah.
don't be scared. Because like people always they think like when you ask me if there's a secret recipe or anything, it's not. But again, it's just like if anybody wants to learn or how to do this, I'm like now that I'm open and like getting more of a better flow.
Yeah.
Like my doors will be open to like if someone wants to come and like hey, let's make 5 gallons together. I still have all that home winemaking stuff. Like let's do it here and let's start from there because again, like I don't want it to stop here. Like again, it's like it's not a secret. I don't have any recipes. Like and then what I make in my facility may taste completely different if you make the same thing. And that's the same with beer. It's like beer, we all can have the same exact recipe and all of our beers will taste different.
Yeah.
And so and it's like and that's what it is. It's like it doesn't matter what the recipe is like. It's like how you do it, your equipment, and everything. So
we had talked to Penguin City about that, and they were saying, remember, I think he was saying something about it's hard when you have like if you don't have a very contained system exactly the same every time to get it to taste the same. Yeah, because it'll adjust if you know. Now they have like this whole big giant science. You know what I mean? It's going to come out the same. But I remember originally they were talking about that.
Yeah, because it's anything like especially with beer, and again as brewing beer is so scientific, and you have to be. I swear you can't be like ADHD.
Yeah.
Nothing against ADHD.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But you have to pay attention because anything will throw the whole recipe off.
Yeah.
If you boil the work too long or you boil it too hard.
Yeah.
If your mash temperature is too high, it's like anything can just change the beer. Crazy. So it's crazy.
It's kind of like baking versus cooking, right? With cooking, you can kind of mix and match and throw a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I'm so good at cooking. ADHD. I cannot freaking bake.
Yeah, but the problem is with baking, you have to follow the recipe to the T, or else you can screw everything up.
You can even mess a cake up if you beat it too long or something like
I tried
that.
to make chocolate chip cookies the other day. I literally followed the recipe exactly right, Isaac. They came out so flat. You got to pick them up and they just fell apart. I'm like, Maggie, what am I doing? She's like, well, you must have not put enough. I was like, I put amount. She's like, did you measure it right? I said, well, I thought I did.
Yeah, obviously.
So, all right, let's see here. We got Jim Mullally says, hi, Hannah. So proud of you.
Thank you. He was my old track coach at
Look
Cheney.
at that.
And he taught science.
Look, he's proud of you.
Thank you.
There you go.
And look at you.
Look at me.
Kind of science now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Emma Bros need to host an episode of Penguin City. I would totally go down there and do that. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be
Pineapple colada. That sounds delicious.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. That's like one of the favorites.
Can I get,
Can you get that frozen?
What's the alcohol content on that?
It's my ciders right now. They're 6%.
I can get drunk on that.
Yeah.
Could you get drunk on that?
Can you make pineapple colada frozen, or is it just this frozen sangria?
I have the regular pineapple frozen right now, but
mango.
Frozen.
Oh, Stephanie wants the frozen sangria.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let's see here. Any mulled wine?
No, not right now.
What's
but
that?
It's
What's
definitely
mulled wine?
Coming for the winter.
What is mulled wine?
It's just wine with spices in it.
Oh, like a little warm your belly up kind of stuff.
So I'm planning to do a wine as well as a cider.
Dude, we should do a podcast down there.
Yeah.
Were you guys open on Thursday?
Yeah.
We should go down there at MLR Bros and do a taste test.
Yeah.
Just right in the middle of Penguin City.
Okay, yeah, we can do
that. I'm sure they would let us do that.
We're just gonna dope.
We're gonna dope. You got anything where you can set up a little table?
Yeah.
Just
you
got internet?
Yeah.
And we just get absolutely tanked.
We probably have some of the best internet that
we will get so drunk on a podcast.
Tanked at the cider house
on a Thursday. That sounds amazing. So look, Haley's Beauty. Here's another self-employed Haley's Beauty. So inspiring. She owns a I think she's nail. No, she's makeup.
Well, it's just interesting. Like people, the average person who they want to teach people who are interested in the same thing as them. So like you reach out to different breweries and cider houses. They want to teach because they're just interested because or they find it interesting that you're interested in the same thing as them. So they want to communicate. They want to talk. They love that you're into it.
Yeah.
So.
Stephanie's using big words. It's just so we need a caricature.
Charcuterie pairing.
What does that mean?
It's a cheese board. It's a fancy way of saying it.
Do you have a cheese board?
Yes, I do have some.
Yeah. do you have?
Yeah.
So I can get a cheese board?
I love a good charcuterie.
I'll make
board.
sure some's there if you guys come.
I was going to say caricature. Like I don't even know what that word is.
Charcuterie.
It's a joke on the internet. It's like a fancy lunchable.
Will you just say cheese board, please? Caricature. Is the Dope brand selling merch?
Yes, I have t-shirts, and then this weekend I will have more t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and crew necks.
So
Hell yeah!
The problem with
I want
merch,
to buy a crew neck with dope on it. That's sweet.
we have merch, but the problem is I always get afraid to buy a bunch because I don't want to. And then I have like weird
she
sizes.
She has a storefront. We don't have a storefront to sell them.
People ask us for merch all the time.
Yeah,
we don't
I know,
ever have it.
but it's easy for her because she can just put it out on a shelf. Or
and then somebody gets drunk and like, hey, give me that shirt.
yeah, exactly.
What is up with Dope? Well, I asked that. So I noticed today it was D.O.P.E, and I never saw that before.
Yeah.
So what does it stand for?
Dope stands for dwelling on positive energy.
Okay.
Wow.
Which
Dope.
kind of it kind of means the same thing as dope. Like
Dope.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world needs to do that. Dwell on positive energy a little bit more.
Exactly.
All right, let's see here. We got more. Look at all these comments. Hannah. Oh, yeah, I think you said my old teacher.
That's all right. I have been out of school 22 years.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be somebody who wants to be our designated driver, Isaac.
Heck yeah.
I'll rock an ML. Sarah, all right. I'm gonna order shirts tomorrow because everybody's always asking.
Hannah, is he loud in your ear too? He is screaming.
Am I really loud
now? Yeah.
You want me to turn you guys down a little bit? Is it because I'm too close?
I think it's because you're too close.
Is it better?
You turn me all the way down. I can't hear anything.
No, you can't hear. Is that better, Isaac?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, good.
Hey, buddy.
You're good.
Okay. Sorry. I'm so in. I'm coming down after class. Look, we got people. We got people ready to go.
Come on down. Yeah.
I would go get. We should have Steph go down there with us too, because she would be really fun if she got drunk.
Yeah. We have the mom the mom's opinion.
She's not even the mom. She's like, when you have like a radio show and you have the girl like Rover's Morning Glory and that's what we need.
The female presence.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we need.
I like that.
So all right, let's see here. Girl t-shirt. All right, I'm working on it now. Jeez, man.
I want crew necks, like you said. I want like a crew shirt.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna come down. All right, we're gonna talk to Aspasia then, and we'll see if we can get to. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk. So what are the plans you have? So you have your bar, or your setup, right? Winery.
Yeah.
Setup.
Cidery.
That's not a word.
Cidery is not a word.
Cidery and
What do we
winery.
have to write for that? Do you
Is
think
winery a
Webster
word?
Dictionary?
No.
Winery is a word.
Winery is a word. Cidery wasn't.
Cider
Cider
is
is
not a
not.
word.
Cidery is not a word.
But people use it all the time.
But it should be.
It should be a word.
When I was advertising you were coming on here, because I try and check my spelling,
You get a red line.
I got a red line.
Yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
not-
what the heck is it?
It's
Yeah,
not a
that
word.
would drive me crazy.
It's not a
Yeah,
word,
it's not a
but
word.
we force it, so it's gonna have to become a
that
word.
was real
I
frustrating.
don't know who we're gonna have to write about that.
And actually, cider house isn't a word either.
Not as one. I would like it to be one word, but it's better when you separate it.
Look, I put up there, totally incorrect. So I have two incorrect words: cider house and winery.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's next? What are we expanding? Are you adding? What if you could do let's say a year from now? What would your
your
plans be?
goal.
What's your goal?
My goal is distribution, like outside of the
Nice.
cidery, canning, bottling. Like people have already asked me, like, are you in stores? People were asking that before I was even officially open.
Wow.
Look at you.
Like, where can we get you? How can we support you? And I definitely want to. I also have like a big market of people who want to support that are outside of Ohio. So it's like things. I like trying to figure out like how do you ship out of state, or how can you collaborate with like someone like Tavor or somebody, those places that can ship your products. I know Penguin City is a part of a company. I can't remember the name right now that can ship that they are part of the boxes or they can be ordered
because they go like all over.
yeah.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
believe so. At least I believe in West Virginia and
Ohio,
PA.
PA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So doing that and just being able to do that and possibly again like teaching. I would love to show someone else or like
you could do
or
classes
so
there.
it definitely helps someone who
How about
don't let them wait like as long as I did to learn
Yeah.
this. So
Oh, you could do classes.
I would love
could.
to.
Oh my
That'd be
god,
sweet.
you could do like drinking and classes. That's a great freaking
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Drinking cider while making cider. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's a good idea.
That's amazing.
No, what was I gonna say? I forget. Go on, Luke. Sorry.
MD, let me know. What did you talking about, Sarah?
Medium.
Ooh.
Medium.
Oh, medium. Let me. I got it. Sip and paint.
Oh, I would love to do one.
Sip and paint would be a good one. That's a
Yeah.
great idea, Haley.
Yeah, we have our fridge back there, and
Mhm.
we have Penguin City. We'd love to add some dope
Okay.
wine,
have to
some
grab some
dope, some dope cider to the fridge, the beer fridge.
I will have to make that happen.
I don't know who this is. Hannah, I caricatured board, and Joe is. I don't know who that is. Joe is a designated driver. No, Joe. You know what, Joe?
And
Joe, the
maybe Joe Daniel.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I can't see who that is.
Someone help us.
Why are they coming to Facebook user expanding?
They're going in from the group and not from.
Dude, we don't have a group up here.
Oh, we don't. You're right. I don't know.
That's weird. Somebody must have been blocked or something. Expanding. Yeah, to Maryland. No, Sarah's in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe Sarah, I'll tell you what. We'll get you a shirt and I'll get you a bottle of wine and we'll fire it down there to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll
All
wrap
right.
it up.
So, ever had a wine shake?
Wine shake.
Like
I've heard
a
of wine and
milkshake?
ice cream.
Mm-mm.
I've heard of wine.
I've
and ice
never. No, I've never had
you
a
like-
wine shake.
Do you like wine?
cream. Yeah. I'm like our mom though. I like
Red.
red like dry wine, like
Yeah.
drier. But I can drink like a little bit of mild if it's.
What's the mild? See, I am so on whatever with wine. I'm
Yeah.
like
You
I'm a
would know more
beer
than
hard
me.
alcohol
Yeah.
kind of.
I
Like, tell
did-
me about wines.
Wine? It's like
So I get a red and a white.
yeah, pretty much. And then it's just different grapes, and I can't say it's like it's just tons of different grapes out there, and you just kind of you find your palate. Like I used to hate dry wines,
Yeah.
and now I
I'm the
like
same
a Malbec or a Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Uh,
don't know
they're
what that is.
drier. They're dry red,
Okay.
but I don't like dry whites. I'm not a dry
You
white
know, like
fan.
Cabernet.
Not
Sauvignon.
really.
See, and that's what I think
That's
I
what
like.
That's what mom likes.
And see, that's what I
Yeah.
like. If I'm gonna drink wine, that's what I want.
You want a cab?
Is that
Yeah.
is that the white?
The
No,
white-
it's red.
Red.
Well,
What's
there's
the white one?
there's like a white
Like a-
dry one.
Chardonnay
Chardonnay
or
is what
Pinot
Mom,
Grigio.
Pinot
That's the
Grigio is
one
what
I
mom
like.
likes. Yeah.
Pinot Grigio is the one I
Mhm.
like. Again, I don't. By the time I'm drinking wine, if it comes
Yeah.
to that, I'm so drunk.
I
there's not
like
even-
I like Cabs, Cabernet, and then Pinot Grigio is what mom
'Cause-
likes too.
At your wedding, we ran out of hard alcohol for a little bit,
Mhm.
and we switched to wine.
Oh,
I think that was Patty's wedding.
Is that Patty's
Yeah,
wedding?
mine. They went upstairs and got more.
Yeah. But yours, we ran out of vodka.
No, we didn't run.
No,
Patty's.
Patty's, we ran out of
Yeah.
vodka, and it was bad. And I
Yeah.
switched to wine, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
So, that's amazing. Let's see here. Ermine Estates has wine shakes, and they're delicious.
I have to try that.
Get some ice cream
I
in
heard
there.
there's like
I've
wine
had,
flavored ice cream.
I did an event in like Columbus, and it was a restaurant that was there, and they make something called ice water. I think it's a Philly thing. She's from Philly,
Okay.
so it's almost like a sherbet, but maybe like a little smoother.
Mm.
And I was just playing around. I got her I think she had a strawberry, and I mixed it with my strawberry cider, and it was really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
can almost make like a smoothie type deal.
yeah,
It'd be interesting messing with the ice cream though, and the alcohol, how cold you would have to keep it.
Yeah.
It'd be weird.
yeah,
but-
because it wasn't like dairy based, so it was like just like flavored
Oh.
water. So that was like
Yeah.
probably what. So it's good.
So we're coming up on an hour already,
Okay.
which is what we like to
Oh,
do.
wow.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how fast
Yeah,
that goes?
that went
It's
fast.
insane, right?
Yeah.
Cotton candy wine.
What is any events coming up? So you guys like Penguin City is loading that thing up with events.
Yeah. it's always something going on. I just look on a calendar. I was like, hey, what's coming up? And then I
Yeah.
can get their flow of traffic.
Yeah, just kind of mooch off of them.
I'm like, I'm the moocher.
Yeah,
I was like, thank you. But again, that's kind of like what we planned for. Like, when people come, it's like to have that type of flow of traffic. People visiting both spaces.
but that's what you want. And then you're gonna have the barbecue place.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have ice cream, which is the same. I mean,
Yeah.
that you guys are gonna be set up.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be really nice.
You're gonna get concerts down there, and then you're gonna get people flowing in.
Yeah.
You're gonna. I mean,
Well, and it's interesting because some people who some business owners who would might run Penguin City in that situation would be like, no, I want it to be all about us. I want it to just be beer. I just, have our bar and people stay here and spend their money here. But no, instead they go out, they find you. They're like, hey, this complements us well. So we're going to put you out front. And then, like you said, the wives who don't want beer or whoever who doesn't want beer.
Is it quieter in your place too?
Yeah. It's quiet. Yeah.
Quieter because you got the big, huge, giant old factory over there, right? And
and you really can't hear it. Surprisingly, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything. But yeah, like kind of like our area, just like I said, we've coined it the East End,
East End,
the East End of downtown because it's going towards the East Side.
Yeah.
But then you have, and then it was amazing. Like I got to experience a few weeks ago, my first being open, the first flea. So we had people at the Youngstown Flea, beautiful day. Then people walked over and came to Penguin and D.O.P.E and just kind of like just hung out, and they had like amazing food trucks that were out that day. So it was cool. And then like I think once things start popping more, and then maybe leading into next year, because we have like Culturati Studios down there as well. And they have done some amazing events being open, so it's cool.
I could listen to Derek McDowell speak for like hours. His voice is like he's like a preacher. I swear,
he came in here with Julius,
and
all of us, like Derek started going, and we're all just like, this guy's like, impressive. I said he is one smart freaking dude.
Interesting dynamic. That was I love that conversation. Him and Julius and us two sitting at the other end of the table and having
talk about opposite ends of the spectrum where you get like, two white dudes from North Lima, Ohio,
who grew up in the middle of the freaking North Lima cornfields.
Exactly. With those two guys
who grew up on the South Side, and comparing and contrasting our.
But it was a great. You gotta listen to it. It was a great podcast to hear how different we are from where we grew up, but how we're not really different, at all. And it was like we all want the same thing. We all, what I mean? It was a great conversation, and like
we all have a lot of love for Youngstown.
Yeah,
I live in Poland now. I want Youngstown to succeed so bad. We're having people on. We're trying to support. If something goes down, we're talking, because the success of Youngstown is so important for everybody in our area. You know what I mean? And you guys are doing it. You know what I mean? You guys are doing it. And the success of the outlying areas of Youngstown is so important for the city. You know what I mean? And the next thing we need to do as an area is fix the corridors, I think is what they're calling them.
Yeah.
Market Street.
Mahoning,
South. We have to get those have to be next. And I don't know what the end we talked about. That's what we're talking about. We don't know what the end. I don't even think they knew what the answer was.
I don't know. I guess it's just more people, I think, choosing to invest like in those areas and to grow it. Like at first I was hopeful when someone had bought the old Uptown Theater.
Yep.
I was like, oh shoot, this is my neck of the woods. I never got to experience the Uptown Theater, but then that project, died down.
Yeah.
So I would rather see more of our buildings like restored and are utilized than torn down or
100%.
something. Because then, like I said, you want to have like that Market Street flow, like from downtown to Boardman, like, or vice versa, like 100%. Boardman to downtown, rather than just going for like a concert or something like that.
Well, it's gonna start with locals taking a chance, like you guys are, and doing what you love, and then after they see after big money sees success with you guys, then they're gonna swoop in. So it's only a matter of time.
100%. Well, what are go over your hours?
I'm open Thursday from 4 to 9, Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 12 to 10, and Sunday 12 to 5.
12 to 10 on Saturday, so we can get some day drinking in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
I'm
about the day
Oh,
drinking.
dude, that's what it's about.
Yes.
When you're 40, you
Yes.
said, yeah. When you hit that age, you're like day
I
drinking.
was about day drinking at 35.
I'm about day
then
drinking
people-
at 28.
And people are like, why don't you stay open longer? And I'm like, I'm sleepy.
I'm trying to go to sleep.
I want to go to bed. And so 10 o'clock is good. We don't wind down to like 11. And then, yeah.
Stephanie said Thursday, and you know that's the MLO Bros talk. We could do a show down there.
We could.
I guess we need to make that happen for real.
We're gonna have to call.
Yeah.
I'm
Pull
gonna
up a
have to.
table and we'll just do a show
Mhm.
live from there.
Yeah. What time are you until on Thursday?
I'm open till 9 on Thursday.
We could do that.
We
Yeah.
can totally do
That's
that.
beautiful thing.
Can we go like 8:30 to 9:30 while you clean
Yeah.
up? You don't care?
Yeah,
Like you
no.
can clean it up in the back while we-
My bartenders that I have left because I haven't yet to close on time
because there's
since
people
I
in there
opened.
drinking.
Yeah, people are in there chilling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're not kicking anybody out, but then it's like, but it hasn't been a natural like die down. Like people have like kind of just easily flowed out of
All
there.
right, let's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your name. Maybe we'll just go down there. You know, forget Youngstown. We'll just go. Or Penguins. We'll just go down and sit in her place.
Or just sit outside and we just sit in the middle.
We can just sit
Yeah.
right in the middle.
between.
Right,
at the-
in the middle of both.
Catch all the people that,
Yes.
that are going from in between
That
places.
would be amazing. All right, everybody. Hannah, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Isaac, give him more speech.
MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. So Luke and I are both loan officers. If you are buying, selling, refining, please think of us. Or you have family, friends, coworkers, tell them about us. Let them know we're loan officers. We can help you guys finance your next house. So NMLS number 1949316. Luke, what's yours?
562-548.
And you can call us. Check out our Facebook page. You can find our info there. But my cell is 330-921-8978. If you have any questions, feel free to call.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thursday. Are we gonna go early or what are we doing?
What are we doing? Oh yeah, let's we'll see.
Yeah, the Browns are on.
The
And
Browns Steelers.
No one's gonna
Browns
watch us on
Steelers,
Thursday.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of what I was
So,
thinking.
Brown Steelers game. We're
Yeah.
off.
We're off Thursday because
We're off
no one's gonna watch.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be paying attention.
You're not gonna be focused. You're gonna be stressed out about the
exactly.
game.
So we're off Thursday, and then
0-2 matchup.
the Browns are 1-2.
No, 1-1.
They're both
1-1
1-1.
matchup.
Yeah.
My bad.
Are
Sorry.
you Browns fan or Steelers fan?
I just became a fan of the Browns last year.
Oh,
I didn't have a team at all.
Poor girl.
I don't know.
We'll have to. Yeah, I'm a Browns fan too. We were, and so is he. We've been tortured for our
Yes.
entire lives.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then next week, I don't think we have a guest on Tuesday, Isaac. We better get a guest.
Do you know what's the name of the guy who painted the side of?
Patrick Mahomes.
Do you know him?
Yes,
Do you have his contact?
I can get it to you guys.
That's what
Would
I
you
want
get
to
it?
talk.
We want to
to
get
him.
him on. our
He's
show.
amazing.
I want to talk.
Would he
to
come
him.
on? You think?
I think so. He's a one-man show. He's amazing. He's painted Youngstown. He needs.
I know.
That's what I
Like,
mean.
I've been trying
He's
forever.
painted the world right now.
We want to talk about that thing
Yeah.
on Boardman because everybody
Okay, we
gets all
need-
mad about that
We
one.
need his contact. We need.
And then
we'll talk about it after.
October 4th, Isaac. Oh, you're gonna hate this.
Are
October
we doing
4th,
politics?
we have Tom McCain and Christopher Anderson. Wait,
Uh,
head of the Mahoning County Republican Party, head of the Democratic Party at the same time on a podcast.
it's gonna
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, dude, they're gonna go crazy.
I'm
And
gonna sit
then
here and say I hate politics the whole
Yeah.
time.
Republicans and Democrats, you guys also. We're
We
just
gotta-
insult them.
We got to make sure you have like some Penguin City and some dope here. to-
Right. I'm just gonna be knocking
Yeah.
back some
Let's
dough.
just
Yeah.
get hammered before they come on and just
Yeah.
be like all drunk. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys all. I don't know. Whenever. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.